All right, do you understand what we're doing, or what we're gonna do? So there is a flex bar in the back side of these knife guards, and it is bent right there. I was combining down wheat Saturday night. It is now Monday morning, and I seen that yesterday, and I'm like, oh man. And we ran till about 7 o'clock last night, and it ended up breaking the actual cutter bar, the knife bar, which I've got a spare one there. So we went ahead and put all new guards on this. So I had all that off. Well, it was a week, 10 days ago. And now we got to disassemble everything again. So what we're going to have to do, I'm going to try to pull this knife bar out that way. So I'll pull all these holders. I'll pull all them up. And we'll try to get a log chain hooked on that end and very carefully pull it out that way. I'm not going to really be able to pull it this way because this side is bent. And then what we'll have to do is we'll have to remove all the guards, get this guy out, take it back to the shop, put it in the press and straighten it. The other option I have, and I do have a small bottle jack with me, is maybe remove a few of these guards, put a bolt in right here and one in right there, and try to straighten it. So we are going to do that, but we need to get the knife bar out. This splits here somewhere in the center, and actually I wouldn't have to. What I could do is take, well, I could take half the guards off this side, take the knife bar out the top too, and just amend it back together if we don't end up having to take the whole flex bar out. We could try to straighten this side first. So we'll have to just get at it here. So let's go ahead and get some of this taken apart. Alright, so here's what we have. We have the guards removed on a little better than half of the head. And then these knife bars are in sections. We've got this one section here out. This is the section that's broke up on this end. And we'll have to take all these knives off because these knives aren't that old. I'll set that there. And then we've got the drive end off, and then this is where we're bent. So I am going to try to get the bottle jack on this and see if we can't push that down and straighten it with a bottle jack. I know I can straighten that in the press because we'd be able to hold each side and push down in the middle, but we'll see if the bottle jack works first and then get this back together here. Well, we have decided to not even try the bottle jack trick. What we're going to do is we're going to take this back to the shop. I have 2 broken bolts that hold the left side of this flex bar. Actually, there's 3 there. Broken bolts that hold the flex bar to the left side of the machine. So this should just pull out of there. We'll set the flex bar. Now we could put it through the tube of the back of the machine here. We'll take this back to the shop, straighten it in the press, and bring it back up here. We're not that far away from home, but it's too much of a pain in the ass to get these guards off when it's on the header cart. So it's going to be a little bit of a mongrel to set this down on there now, but it should be somewhat manageable to get it on there and get it home. If I take this home and get it off the header cart, I got to take the combine too. So We figured it was just as fast to come up here. The only other option I have is to bring the welding truck up and do it that way, but then, yeah, we might still do it that way. Alright, Ted, let's see if we can get that taken out of there. We'll just lift it out and either balance it on the top of it or stuff it in the frame of the back of the machine here. So we're going to lose a lot of these little metal things. Yeah, we might have to leave this right here, actually, the machine. We might be able to freaking hammer that back. We might not even have to. Well, we're kind of thinking as we go here, we might not actually take it back. We'll have to maybe just bring the welding truck up and dig those guys there out. So, yeah. I don't know if I could take a hammer and whack that back or not. That's not too bad. Here, stand on that there. That's not bad. A sledgehammer would be better. So I don't think we have to take the bar back. Alright, for the most part, we got that to bend back without putting a jack on it or the hydraulic press. So I think I'm gonna, if I had a heavier hammer, sledgehammer would do it. We'd be able to get that back straight. So the other thing that we have to worry about or fix is to dig these broken bolts out. So we're gonna have to bring the welding truck up and we'll dig them out and then we can reassemble this. We've got some floor pieces here that are, yeah, not the greatest shape, huh? Alright. Alright, we're back at the shop here and we're going to try to get these three, of course, dug out. What do you need?
Oil.
Oil?
Can I take from that barrel?
Engine.
Engine.
Yeah. The big barrel. Yeah, the big wheel, yeah.
I think
There's one out.
What about this part? Is that a different bolt?
Yeah, it's different, so. This one might be a little more harder. Actually, that one's not broke. That one's just missing. Good thing I didn't weld that one.
It's not there, is it?
That one's not there, I don't think. I gotta have a
something
blow
in there.
chuck. There, I think there's just dirt in there. Well, it's a good thing I didn't weld that one. That one's not broken. That one's not broke. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. No.
Snapped off again.
Damn it all. Not working. Not working. Thought I had it. gotta be there. It's gotta be threading.
I think that's... Could it be the pliers that are ripping it off?
No. I think I got it this time.
Put a wrench on it as well.
Yeah, I could.
If it falls off again. But I think it is, yeah.
I think it's coming there, buddy.
I see thread.
You see threads.
I think so.
Perfect. Oh yeah.
It's gotta be what I'm seeing.
It only took like 6 times, didn't it?
Yeah.
We'll have to wash this section off here, just so we don't take any hot straw back to the field with us. Because I had it on fire here a little bit.
What would the hot straw do? Just burn?
Yeah, it got burning a little bit.
Oh.
So, that's why I kind of wanted to blow chuck. I had to blow this off.
I got this other one.
Half a turn at a frickin' time here. There. All right, so we are ready to roll on out. We got those 2 dug out. The 1 was missing. So we'll go ahead and get back to the field and start reassembling this. All right. Okay, so we have made our way up to the field, and we're parked right back where we were because we lost a lot of the pieces. I ended up whacking this with a sledgehammer, and this is where it was bent right here, and it is pretty good and straight. I did order a new one of these. They're $400. No one has it in stock. It has to be, it's 1 piece, 20 foot long, and there is a various number of different size heads around, and it's not something that gets spent all the while here. So if this works, fine. If it doesn't, we got one coming, and then that new one, when we get it, I'll just have it on the shelf. And then in the event that this happens again, if you got to go through taking all this stuff apart to straighten it, you might better put a new one right back in at the same time. So we'll go ahead and get this put into place, get it bolted down, and then start putting all of our other goodies on. This bar here is a used one, and what I was planning on doing with this one is I saved it, and I was going to put all new knives on this, and then I was just going to take and stuff this knife bar right down through the tube that is on the back side of the head. Some guys carry knife bars with them. I've never carried one with me before, and it would just go together a lot faster if you had a bar all set and ready to go. However, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to order a new bar itself because of where mine broke. So he'll get some sections put in here, and oh, flip it over. You had it right. Yeah, just like that. All right, so we'll try to make sure we keep all of our fingers. All right, so we have the flex bar in. This is where it was bent, somewhere in here. We've got that straight. It's all wavy right now because that's just the way it is, because it's all very flexible steel. And then when you get this down on the ground and power the head, it ends up setting the hydraulic cylinders that are underneath that, and it all straightens it out. I don't know if I can show you guys where those are. They're on these bars right across there. But at any rate, what we have is a used end put on this cutter bar with all new knives on it. So now we're going to very carefully slide the cutter bar in from the left side, and we're going to walk away with 30 fingers here, right? All right, so we'll set that in. Okay. Slow it down a little bit now. Going good. Too easy. Yeah, it's a little too easy. Alright. Alright, basically we are 95% of the way in. We did lose one of these little plates here, so hopefully that doesn't bother us too much. I'll have to get a new one of them. We're gonna pull this truck around, get fuel going in this while we're hooking our end up here. Oh, I need a hammer. So what we'll do now, we've got that hooked up. We got to put some grease in there, and then I've got to tighten down our hold downs a little bit. So we are in good shape here. Alright, so we are right at it here. I think the camera was hot. It didn't exactly want to keep that last file, so I don't know if I have that footage or not here. So we are just getting into our first actual field. I had a little tiny 10-foot swath to cut down in that lower field. That's where we were cutting last night. I offloaded onto Sarah, and I happened to look down in the right hand side of the cutter bar. It wasn't cutting nothing. So I said, well, I know what happened. That hump that we had in the flex bar flexed the cutter bar too much throughout the day, and all of that flexing and whatever caused it to break. So I've got to order some pieces for this head. I'm gonna need another left side cutter bar, and we'll have to get one of them. And then I've got some floor pieces that are getting a little thin too, and they're kind of warped a little bit. So we're getting going here a little later than I figured on today, but it is what it is. So we'll keep at it, and hopefully everything stays together. Wheat's running at 12.8%. Not bad, not bad. At least this wheat here is standing. What I was in yesterday was laid just about flat. I can actually probably turn my reel speed down a little bit. I don't need it running that fast. We were running fast to pick up the down wheat. This isn't yielding all that great right here. It's only 65 bushel the acre. It's a little thin. You can see it gets thicker as we go. So we're really not sure how long that flex bar is going to stay straight. It might end up bending itself right back. But steel is kind of like wood. It does have a memory. And it was probably bent for, say, 36 hours. And if it does stay straight, it probably wouldn't stay straight had I parked it for a long period of time. I did have them 3 bolts that were broke off on that left side. I don't know how long those have been broke. I'm not sure if the vibration from the cutter head working through that hump, if that broke the bolts, or if something else broke those bolts. So Sarah took Teddy back to the baling crew, and then Sarah will be up here in a little while. She's gonna run grain cart. So we have, oh, what the heck is there here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 more strips and a couple of small fields in behind me. So we'll have our hands full for a good majority of the day here. Alright, so as you can see, we've got some little problem. Had the chain come apart on the auger drive for the head. I managed to get all these strips done. to our left-hand side here, and then we've got one field over on the other side of this hedgerow, and another little one down in below that. So I've got to go over and grab my pickup truck. I need a 15/16 wrench to take up the chain tensioner. Things don't look the greatest in there, but I got to get the chain back and on and see how that goes. So they have made it here with the baler. This field I combined last night. Andrew's down there with the rakes. He's putting 2 rows together, and it looks like it could start raining here at any point. It is 10 after 6. They said we were going to get rain showers today, and they said that was going to happen. It was going to definitely be raining by 5 o'clock. It hasn't rained yet. So they're cleaning up the straw as they go here. And Andrew's sitting on deck. He's waiting for Jared to get a couple more of these windrows cleaned up. And they're picking them up just as fast as he can bale them. So we'll go over and we'll grab my pickup and we'll see what this involves as far as getting it fixed. I got a phone call. Alright, so we'll break this open here and we'll show you what we got going on here. The drive chain for the auger is just off of there. Something's going on with this tensioner. I don't know exactly what yet, but we'll have to get the chain on, get things tight, and we'll go from there. Alright, we got this back together and it should roll nicely. We ended up taking a half link out of that chain, and my brother brought another knot up. That wasn't good. Let's see if we can. Got a little bit of got some green stuff in there. Alright, we'll paw that out. Okay, let's try it again. All right. Now we can go back to where we were. Throw out a big, huge wad of green stuff. They ain't gonna be able to bail that. And they're cleaning up as they go along here. So I opened up the separator. That wad, usually it gets plugged in the feeder house. And when it gets plugged in the feeder house, you back that out. Well, it made it past the feeder house. So we'll get our reel back down into place here. And we'll keep at it. Sky is a little gray off to the west, but it's not raining yet. Looks like Jared's waiting for the rake to get ahead of him. And they're just ever so gently tiptoeing. They don't want to get any more raked up than what they can bale. And then they want to make sure they've got trucks right here to take them out of here. So that was the first field that we started with today. And then we moved on up through the strips. So we'll get back at it. I've got to actually close up my gap on the separator, or on the cylinder rather. I'll get that closed back up. I want to close that down to just about nothing. Alright, so let's see how she's working. So far, the cutter head has kept herself straight. And outside of ordering a new flex piece, I don't think we're gonna need that, but we'll have, it'll be nice to have it on the shelf, so that in the event that, yeah. All right. So this is the spot here where we got in trouble. If you recall that one year when we were combining corn in this field, or, well, you don't know what field it is, but one year we were combining corn in this field, and Sarah got the grain buggy tractor stuck right in this corner. And I think we were using the dump wagon at the time too, and we had to pull the grain buggy tractor out with the dump wagon tractor. So this is just a wet part of the field, and I took some greens in, and I had reversed it earlier, and when I reversed it earlier, it puts backwards tension on that drive chain for the auger. So with putting backwards tension on the chain, it kind of goofs with the chain tensioner. So it caused that chain tensioner to loosen up, and therefore it threw the chain off. I tightened the chain up right when we started, and I brought the chain right up to the maximum height of the tensioner. I seen that there was a half link in there, and I said, boy, you know, maybe I should just take that half link out. Well, it wasn't allowing me to be able to take the half link out. I didn't have enough tensioner left over. So I had to wait till the chain stretched a little bit, or wore a little more. And here's where we're at. So these are sprayer tracks. This wheat's not the greatest, but it's decent. It's 67 bushel the acre, 12.5% moisture. So we're gonna run here until we get these two little fields done. There's one here and a tiny one over there, or until we get rained out. But we'll be sure and touch base with you guys before we end the video to just kind of show you what the cutter head bar, flex bar, looks like after a day of cut. After we went and done fixed it with a hammer. I got one goofball that likes to say that I fix everything with a hammer. I don't know how to do anything else. Well, that's how we fixed this. We fixed it with a hammer. So, we'll keep at it here. Alright, we are done for the night. We got done up on this farm. We were over in that field over there when we had the chain tensioner come apart. So what we're going to do now is we are going to uncouple the head. Sarah just pulled away with the last little bit. And we'll just kind of give you a little bit of a look-see over the whole cutter head. Everything is nice and straight still. And I don't feel as though that bend that we had in this knife bar or flex bar, which was right about here, I don't think that's gonna come back to haunt us. Now, what I do have, and I'm sure all the professionals have commented here, I've got one of these guards is wrong. So I gotta take this guard here out and switch it with a single guard. So there's the doubles for the hold downs, and then a single, a double, and I put another double in here. So that's wrong, but I'm sure all of the professionals have already pointed that out. So we will undo our power shaft, undo the faster coupler, but it's the multi-coupler, the multi-point, whatever you want to call it. And we'll get this setting on the header cart, and then we are going to roll on out of here. So with that being said, that is going to do it for this video. I can feel moisture in the air. They said that we were going to get a rain shower at about 5 o'clock today, and I was glad we didn't, because it allowed us to get done with this field. So, or this farm rather, we're going to move out of the area, and we are now on the home stretch here. So, with that being said, that is going to do it, folks. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you to the next one.